Hello everyone, this is Justin ZCorpShay here, bringing you a 1v1 matchup on Cloud Kingdom. The matchup is going to be Protoss versus Zerg, and our first player is the blue Protoss, spawning the bottom location is xSixMaximus. His opponent will be the red Zerg from Team OpTiK NuBrGNi. I'd like to let everyone know that I haven't been getting a lot of casts up lately because of the fact that my computer was out of commission, but recently I have gotten it fixed, so I'm looking to get a lot more replays up for you guys. I've got a folder full of replays brought to me by none other than Team OpTiK, who has been excellent sending me replays, trying to get them casted and put them up on the YouTube channel for you guys. Just a little bit of background on myself. I am a former Masters level player and now currently Diamond because I don't ladder all that much. I am a Protoss player and I will be getting some games up of myself for you guys to see because I know some people have been asking for that. Just to start the game off, we're looking like we're going to see a Forge fast expand out of xSixMaximus. Pretty common pylon placement, really nice. Lets the Forge get in right in here. Create that solid wall as quick as possible. Probably leave the one gap up at the top just to block it with a Zealot. We should see from OpTiK NuBrGNi, going to try to get a hatchery down probably on 15, but the Protoss is likely not going to let him because he did scout after the pylon, which is very common. And he will be attempting to block that hatchery, so he'll be forced to throw down the spawning pool relatively early and chase away that probe. The question is, are we going to see that cannon harass that we did see in the last game from Valor in the third location here? We'll just have to see if whether or not he's going to go for the Forge first, and he looks like he is going to. He's not going to go for the Nexus first, which we do see. Oh, and the Forge is going to go to the top, so he's probably going to make the wall in towards the bottom. He's sending the probe right there to block that expansion. NuBrGNi knows that, and he's not even going to bother sending the drone down right away until he can get there to chase it off. Overlord's going to be scouting the regular position just to make sure that there's no funny business. Going to get it into here, check for the Nexus, and probably back it up to here, which is going to create a really good vision for him and make sure he knows exactly what's coming out and making sure that Protoss is playing honest, making sure he's getting cannons and etc. See, regular timings here. Probably going to see that Forge going down soon. He's sending out a second probe to try to hide it. NuBrGNi did see the probe come out, so he's going to know that it's out there to try to block it. Trying to get that probe up there in his scout, and he's coming down. He's going to block it. Yep, and he gets the block off and moves it back. But he's going to throw down the pylon in the back, try to force the cannons out of him, which means he's going to have to wait to get Lings out to deal with that. Oh, he's pulling down a bunch of drones early just to deal with this and make sure that there's no funny business. Reacting a little bit early, which is completely fine. He's keeping it safe. His income's fine. He knows that there's no real threat because there is no gateway out there. There's just a Forge, so he's going to be completely fine to lose a little bit of mining time. Oh, here he goes trying to deny probe, and oh, there goes a gateway. He's going to really have to work hard to get this down. I'm glad that he did pull those drones now, just for his sakes. And the Zerglings are out, so this is going to be throttled with no damage. Down goes both probes. This is just going to be a loss of income for him. But that's okay. He did manage to cost Zerg a lot of mining time, but it's not really to his avail. His mineral is getting really high. He really should throw down that Nexus, and he's going to go down, going to cover up with it, and a little bit of PM coming from NuBrGNi. Laughing about it, and down goes the Nexus. Probably could have got away with throwing the Nexus first, but these Zerglings are coming across the map, looking to cause a little bit of pressure. This cannon should get up in time, as long as he might want to get a little bit of wall in to prevent a Ronin. Second pylon going in the back, which is smart, just in case. So we can throw down his gateways there. Well, the Zerglings are going to start working on these rocks, which is safe. He knew he wasn't going to really be able to get across in order to make it really worth it. Instead, he's just going to maintain his map control, easily taking a free third after that loss of income from the Protoss player. Nexus is a little bit late, so our Zerg player should be quite a bit ahead. He's already ahead in supply. He's going to be able to drone relatively safely now, knowing that the gateway is only just finishing now. Double gas coming down, pretty standard here. He still needs to get guys on that second gas, and there they go. All three of them going in, so that's fine for him. We're going to look for him to start droning up here quite a bit. He is relatively safe. There goes the Cybernetics core in the back, leaving that wall in there, and another pylon. Looks like the game's shaping up to be relatively standard. We're going to see what each player is going to do and which tech route we're going to go. Especially from the Protoss, he really is going to need to punish this third if he wants to have any chance of winning after losing, getting the delay on the Nexus, and on his gateway, and on that cannon. Is he going to throw down more cannons, or is he going to... He needs to start scouting to find out what's going on to make sure... I don't even think he knows that there's a third base up. Oh, that's the wrong player. No, he still doesn't know about the third. He doesn't know if it's going to be a two-base bust. He really needs to get there and scout. Here comes the Zealot. It's going to push up and take the Watchtower, which is really smart. But there are enough Lings on the field to easily deal with the Zealot if the Zealot's not in an optimum position. Overlord's still in a good spot. He's going to have to start backing it out soon, because there will be a Sentry or a Stalker out soon. The Zealot's going to try to run away. Will he make it? I think he just might. No, when he gets the surround on the Zealot, gonna keep forcing it back. That Zealot is not destined for this world. Third base is up now, throwing down the two gases, relatively standard timing in almost 7 minutes. Looks like we're probably going to be seeing a Roach War and follow-up. just because he knows he's got a good lead, and there's still only the one cannon in this base, which I don't really agree with considering the fact that he is not scouted at all. And what kind of tech route is he going to go with this? He's throwing down the third guide and a robotics facility. Down goes the second cannon. That's going to save. There's the sentry pushing that overlord away to scout. He's going to get the overlord away safely for sure. Bunch of overlords coming up, preparing for a relatively good push, and he's going to start breaking down these rocks. And look at the overlord placements on him. He knows there's no pylon up here, which is a very common spot. Anything further back down here is not too much of a risk. It's when it gets up into this area is when the pressure can actually get too much on that third. And down comes the Roach Warren and the Lair. And we've got our Evo Chamber at the same time. Looks like we're going to see a nice Roach pressure coming out of him. Is he going to be adding more gateways? Yep, there's one. Look for him to probably throw down 2 or 3 more gateways. Most likely 3. There they are. Going to go up to 4 gate. Oh, throwing down 4 gates and a Twilight Council. Looks like he's going to try to get that Blink and the Immortal out because he probably is just assuming that roaches are coming. Now he's finally going to get some scouting out with the Observer. He really needs to make an effort to get some probes out onto the map in order to try to put pressure and force NuBrGNi to actually look around. Look at the vision placement, making sure he's not taking a third. He's got pretty much all avenues covered. He knows if a probe's coming out at any spot on the map, and he's really not in any danger. Still working on breaking down his rocks. Not going to be a problem throwing down the 2 spines in the third. The third is relatively safe at this point. Just able to get really far ahead with his drone count. It's just flying out of control for him because of the fact that there was no early pressure coming out. So he just gave him a free third, which is kind of tough to do as a Protoss, especially in this state. You're pretty much giving him the free max Roach. In the outcome is coming some Zerglings as well as +1 melee, Zergling speed, and the Roach speed. He's going to get a bunch. He's going to look to apply pressure, and I really like this play right here, just pooping the creep right here onto the third, just to delay it just a little bit. That way you get the extra warning when he's going for it, and it's going to take him a little while, which gives you enough time to get roaches over there, and to deny it, force a cancel, as well as the Zerglings getting into place. So producing more units. Let's see what the Protoss player is doing. He is pumping Immortals, and he's getting that Blink Tech, chronoing it out. His +2 is on the way, which is good. He really needs to get those weapons upgrades up, and he's throwing down his 4th gas. How many gases do we have from the Zerg player? 4 gases. Still getting the Roach upgrade, +1 melee. Getting the Overseers just in case of DTs. Everyone knows that little expression when you're behind Dark Shrine. So you got to be safe, especially as a Zerg and Terran player, even as a Protoss. Dropping the Changeling in the base to get a free scout? No, but he's going to get in and see that he does have a number of gateways. He sees Blink being upgraded, as well as the +1 off that Overlord that was sniped. So he does see the robotics, knows that there's Immortals, just getting good scouting with this Overseer. He does see the Twilight Council, so there could be DTs. He's just pushing away this Observer right here with his Overseer, which is nice, making sure that he has full control of the map, so he has no clue. Missed an inject there, but to chase that away, it was kind of worth it, because he is supply blocked. He is pumping a bunch of Zerglings, continuing to create little creep spots just for him to move faster on. And here comes the big pressure going to be coming into the middle of the map. Oh, and the Protoss is looking like he's trying to move out at relatively the same time, but down goes that Zealot. From the pylon on the high ground, still hasn't made an attempt at his third, hasn't even checked it. And the Zerg player is going to break down the rock, try to keep as many open avenues as he can. Right now the Protoss player has a good vision on his army with the Observer floating there. It's, again, breaking down these rocks here. He wants to reduce the amount of, or increase the amount of force fields required in order to split his army. Look for him to try to break this rock and try to secure up through this direction. Spire is coming down because he does know the robotics was there. And unlike the last game, this Zerg does have enough roaches in order to deal with any of this pressure that's going to push out. He's going to continue to be able to produce units. Just going to leave his roaches in the middle map. Not too worried about it. He's going to have to move them out relatively soon, or else he's risking losing them to this army. Unless he's trying to just bait them out and get us around. Again, he's creating a little creep highway up here to make sure, because that's a pretty common avenue for attack for a Protoss player when they're trying to take that third base, because you really don't want to be attacking up this. Leaves it too easily to get surrounded, and you get really bad surface area and really bad concave, so they try to come up here. NuBrGNi knows that, so he's splitting his army really nicely, trying to get us around out, hoping that this Protoss army will push up into this avenue here, and as soon as he does that, he's going to get completely surrounded and most likely throated. So let's see the upgrades coming out here. Yep, we got +2 melee attack. Spire is almost finished. Protoss does have a pretty good vision of this though, because he's got the Observer watching the roaches and he's got the Watchtower. Still hasn't taken a third base. Getting relatively late into this game, he's going to need a third base or else he's just going to fall behind economically even more so. Zerg player working his way up to closer to max, producing more roaches, more overlords. Something was just shot. He's getting that forward pylon down. Still no Colossus play out of him yet. Just staying on Immortals on the 2 bases. And he did try to go take that third, but again, this creep spread stopped it. Zergling on hold position. Just kind of keep it there for as long as possible. Going after that Stalker. He's going to move a couple more Lings down in there to try to deny it. Try to pull this army away. And it looks like he's gearing up to move up into the middle of the map. This is exactly what JVK wanted them to do. And he's going to move right in with this round. Some okay force fields, but not enough to push these roaches away. They're also getting great surface area. These Immortals are falling quicker than they can come back to reinforce. And it looks like this Protoss army is just going to be completely crushed as the mutas come out. 5 mutas on the way, 20 Zerglings, and a couple of Stalkers. There is no way that the Protoss is going to be able to recover from this, only on 2 bases. His supply plummets to low 60s, and now he has to retreat full on into his back. Overlord is still alive here, pooping the creep, making sure he still has not been able to take that third. His money is getting high, and he really does need that third. Knowing that it's completely safe to take a fourth, not taking any risk, just going to snipe some pylons here and keep the pressure on. Doesn't want to overcommit because he knows force fields can sever his army, but at this point in the game, it's not really going to make that big of a difference. In comes some Zealot and Sentries, but this is a very threatening Zerg force. Force fields go down, not really doing anything. These Stalkers are trying to blink back, do whatever they can, but there is no way, and that's the GG coming out of xSixMaximus. Hope everyone liked that game. I'll be having more from Team OpTiK, especially NuBrGNi, soon. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Take care.